I am with Evolfo. Can you guys introduce yourselves real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, please, by all means.
I'm Matt Gibbs of Evolfo. I play guitar and I sing the vocals.
I'm Kai. I play sitar.
I'm Jared. I play the saxophones.
Dave, I play the drums.
So how did you guys first come about this band a few years ago?
I'll take that one, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was in college in Boston, and we started playing basement parties. We started going out asking venues to let us play, and then they did.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I mean, your humble beginnings were in California.
Right. I actually started this band in high school in 2009 with a whole group of different people, my little brother and all this stuff. And there were like 12 people in it in California. And then I went to college and I restarted it with these lovely gentlemen, as well as 3 others who are not present.
Why aren't they?
So this is, your band description is rat rock, and that's definitely the first time I've ever seen that in a band description. Can you please explain what that would be for fans, people that are coming to see you tonight?
Rat rock. I think.
In 7 words or less.
Oh, okay.
Neurotic.
Rats are totally rad, and so are we. No, we rat rock. Let's see. It's actually sort of based out of living in Boston, in Allston, the neighborhood of Allston.
Nicknamed Rat City.
Right, Rat City is like kind of a nickname for Allston, and we sort of started playing in basements in Allston, and rat rock sort of came out of that. And then I started dressing up as a giant rat occasionally for shows, and we've had several people play the role of the rat over the years.
Yeah, you also see the rat head at the merch booth.
Yeah, you can meet the rat Scott. But yeah, I'd say that the scuzz, the scurrying, the squeaking, it all kind of, and I actually like rats. I genuinely, I think they're like cool animals, cool pets. I'm like one of those guys who had like rats and snakes as a kid. So, I think they're both rad and
I personally don't like rats.
Right.
But,
So you definitely never dress up as a rat? You're like, no.
no, we let Matt's brother
Yeah,
dress up as the rat often.
he's an actor.
Yes.
And a dancer.
He almost puked in the rat once. That
He did.
also happened. So that's also part of the rat. It's just high energy, at times it's appropriate.
Do you, before you all became musicians, were there any jobs that you really liked or disliked that you had?
Yeah, definitely hated a few jobs. Painting for my dad, that sucked.
I thought you liked that job.
Nah, dude.
Oh,
no
man.
way, dude.
What if-
Imagine this heat painting a house.
What if Tom watches this interview?
He knew I sucked. I got fired. Also working the concession stand as a kid at the baseball fields. That wasn't fun.
You guys have had some interesting jobs for sure. More than
In California, I worked at this smoothie place for a bit. It was all right, but got free. It's hot out, got free smoothies, but
Yeah, I guess that's a perk.
complain.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
That's great.
A dog walking job in Boston.
nothing cooler than George with a smoothie.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I had this like startup dry cleaning job for a little bit, driving a Sprinter van in the village, which was
Anxiety levels are through the roof on that
so-
one.
It's just a lot of cooking, restaurant stuff.
Yeah, in there.
Yeah.
I will mention one interesting job. I was the tour manager for the Easy Star All Stars, the reggae band based out of Brooklyn. It's a good time.
But as your pseudo,
Right. That was Dirk Grab's the like
as to not tarnish your valuable reputation.
take no prisoners kind of like gung ho tour manager kind of guy.
So when you became, early on, were your parents very influential, or your parent very influential in you becoming musicians?
Mine were cool. Mine were really supportive. My dad was a professional ballet dancer, and he was for it. He knew it was. He knew that if that's what I wanted to do, all he could do is really like encourage me to do it, and I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Never got any pressure to do anything else, but
For sure. Same.
Same.
Musical family. My dad's still in a band. The Nuclear Bees.
Nice.
Dropped that reference.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, my parents didn't really play any music, but they were, I don't know, they played a bunch of cool music around the house growing up, and my mom is a real fan of like Disney movies, so I remember Fantasia was like a big
Yeah. There's
Big,
great Disney
nice.
movie
Disney
with a
tunes out
great
there.
score and stuff. So
Mulan.
yeah, I don't know.
Lion King.
Yeah, just not musicians, but definitely supportive.
Definitely supportive.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool because, you know, musicians sometimes their family just like, why do you want to become a musician? And it's like, you probably shouldn't do that.
Oh,
yeah.
You know.
maybe
I
they-
agree.
Maybe I should have been a doctor. I don't know.
I mean, more people in like high school. I remember talking to like counselors or your advisors about college in high school, helping you do your college applications, and it always came to like, oh, I want to study music and like be a musician and gig, and it always comes with an asterisk of like, oh, you know, that's going to be like a different life from everyone else, right? And all your friends are gonna eventually, you know, do something else.
Are there
Yeah.
any shows either this year or in your past that were really maybe one of your top shows that you've ever been to? I know that's a very deep
Like
question.
us played or having seen a show?
I've seen a show.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I recently saw King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard,
Nice.
and that rocked my face off for like 2 hours. That was pretty dope.
Oh, let me see. Like, crazy inspiring show recently. I've realized I have this thing for bands where that have like the front man who like strips. So it's like I love Iggy Pop, No Bunny, and King Khan and the Shrines. Like, it's like if your front man like just strips and goes nuts, so to speak.
Pun intended.
It's
Nice.
like that's good with me. I like to see that like raw. I like to see that raw energy. I like that. So yeah, I think mind-blowing shows in my past, King Khan and the Shrines, one of the ones that really influenced the decisions I've made as a performer.
Like all time or recently? Because I can go hard. Like
Oh,
Paul
man.
McCartney. I balanced from laughing to crying, and in the span of 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like he played his whole catalog, and I'm just in front row, like,
Right.
this is God. This is the closest to God I'll ever get.
Amazing.
Is like being, preached to, and like the emotions I'm feeling. It's like pretty crazy.
It's kind of recent. I saw this guy named Donnie McCaslin, a saxophone player. His quartet. That's the same quartet that played on David Bowie's Black Star.
Okay.
So
Nice.
it was pretty mind blowing. Like I was like, yeah, it was insane. Like those guys are ridiculous musicians. So it's great.
Yeah, I just remember waiting like 2 hours to see D'Angelo for free at Afropunk a couple of years ago. It was like he was on the bill, and then the day of the festival, his name was not on the bill, and it was just TBA. It was like headliner TBA, and they're like,
Dude, I
what-
love TBA.
yeah, I know. And then he did end up showing up, but like definitely like stood there for like 2 hours.
Oh,
And then he played like a 30-minute set that was pretty good.
That's funny because I was at a festival and D'Angelo was supposed to play, and he ended up being the TBA, and then
Oh.
Chic with Nile Rodgers ended up taking his slot,
What?
and that
Okay.
was like the grooviest
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Is
Yeah.
that
show I'd
D'Angelo's
ever
thing, just
seen.
be TBA on all the festivals?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
That's
put
his
TBA.
go-to?
See,
And
cover
if
your
it's Chic
bases.
and Nile
yeah.
Rodgers, that's fine.
Yeah.
yeah, that's amazing.
That's funny.
We talked earlier about side projects. What kind of side projects do you guys have?
I really just, if I have the time, like I just want to be a part of every project I can be. If I have the time and I like the music somebody is showing me, I like just want to be a part of it, The problem is finding the time. So right now I've got 3 bands and I work out of my home studio on some of my own stuff and a couple albums, but the 3 bands are really like, it's like time out, that's it, unless I get kicked out of one of them. So it's Benjamin and the Means of Production is like this soul band on Coal Mine Records, kind of, that's a really great band to check out. And
Super
Rhodes
fun.
Rollins is this kind of Americana, I'm afraid to describe it actually. It's Rhodes' band.
Yeah,
but
I mean, seeing you last night, it was dope.
yeah. Well, what do you think? What comes to mind?
I mean, elements of that. I don't know, female-fronted, cool rock,
Yeah.
groovy. What was your third band? I interrupted.
Oh,
you.
Evolfo.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
This band.
Uh-huh.
Great segue.
This band is a
Yeah,
hell of
so-
a thing.
This is pretty much my main band I kind of perform in. But in addition to that, I just work on my solo stuff. I don't have a name yet, so if you have any suggestions,
Okay.
throw them my way.
Solo stuff. I like that
I'm
one.
thinking something with tongues,
Ooh.
like tongues out, or
Ooh.
like. But isn't there like a tongue?
There's a
unknown
Tongues
tongue?
Unknown.
Yeah.
Great band.
So I can't use tongue. Anyway, something like that. Something slurpy, velvety,
Ooh, slurp.
slurpy and velvety.
Okay.
I don't know. We're next to a
Velvet
cigar thing here.
slurp.
All right.
Velvety.
You're just picking something out of the.
No, I just imagine there's velvet curtains in there. It might
Yeah.
be cool to go and get inspired or something.
For sure.
You know? I digress.
I play in a few bands. One is called Arthur Moon. That's kind of like a electro art pop kind of thing. Another one's called Holy Hand Grenade. That's more like Afrobeat, funk kind of shit. Then these guys.
These guys.
There's some other ones, but they don't matter.
Harvey Eyeballs. My favorite shirt.
Yeah, I play in a few other groups.
Few is understatement of the century. This guy is so active in New
Yeah.
York on the tenor. Don't be humble.
He's in 92 bands.
92 bands. Wait, they all played on
With
a
good
boat?
reason.
Yeah, it's.
But like, not for long, because like somebody's gonna come along and offer you like $1 million
Come
to
this
be
way,
their personal
the toy of
saxophone
life.
player.
Anyways, I play in this brass band called Aberdeen. It's kind of like a
Sick.
dynamic brass band. It's more like it's got like some, I guess, like some film score elements too, as well as
sure.
like some funky stuff and rock elements.
Bon
And then I play
George.
with this guitar player, Shub Saran. He's from New Delhi, India, and it's like Indian jazz fusion. It's pretty cool. And then I just started my own solo project recently. It's called Avant George.
Woo!
And it's like solo saxophone with electronics, so I kind of loop myself, and it's like kind of ambient electronic stuff. I have like a solo version, and I'll probably have like a full band version later on.
Nice.
So.
What advice would you give to kids that want to become a musician or musically? Besides practice.
Dude, great question.
I would say you just gotta trust your instincts. Whatever music is good to you, like pursue it, and don't let somebody tell you you have to study something specific in order to get good and stuff. Because when I think about, I went to music school, and I wouldn't say it was like not a valuable experience. It's just that with the goals I had before I went, I think I could have just gone and jumped into a scene and started to try to write music and play. I think the minute I decided I really wanted to write music and a certain type of music, I just started doing it and stopped listening to other people.
Yeah.
So don't listen to other people.
Yeah,
Listen to the ones you like.
Right. I mean, I work for an after-school music program, and like the main message is just keeping it fun. I think often we find, especially with younger kids, like not keeping practice and performance fun will result in not playing music for your life. And I don't know, I think it's an important thing that we do as humans is just express ourselves musically in some way. And I think just keep it fun. I have the most fun I ever have in my life is on the road with these guys, just playing for that hour and a half, because I'll never get it back, and it's something you really just dump yourself into.
I'd say just to, I don't know, find other people who enjoy like playing music too, and just collaborate and yeah, it just makes it easier to I don't know, it makes it easier to get stuff out of your head and
What you're trying to say.
Yes,
For sure.
like I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely, man. No, it happens.
Yeah. So
When we're creating, it happens.
yeah, just because like I don't know, it's easy to get stuck, and I have trouble with this too, like going out and just like jamming with other people. Yeah, but I think it's important because like ideas flow better, and like you're able to express. I don't know. You get input, and people will want to know what you're trying to express to and stuff. I think playing with other people is important.
Yeah, I was basically going to say the exact same thing. Like my basically entire social life revolves around like the bands that I'm in. Like it's just
Agreed.
What better thing to do than just get to like hang out with your friends, and
Fair.
like do something creative together, like make something together. So yeah, just do it. Encourage your friends to do it, and just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, Nike.
Yeah.
Is that trademark? One last question. It's a deep one.
Oh yeah.
How would you define success in your eyes?
Oof. I would try to keep money out of the picture. It's so much easier said than done. But as far as music that you're writing, you can't let anyone like take advantage of you and tell you you're not worth something. Like your time and your art are worth something. But yeah, I would define success more by how much you are able to focus around your personal projects. That's how I define success. How much time I have in my life to work on music that is important to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot, I don't know. It's definitely not a financial transaction, as Matt was saying, but I don't know. Lately, I mean, especially moving to New York and trying to make it, it's impossible, really. So really, at the end of the day, it's like, am I fulfilled? Am I happy in my musical pursuits? And I'll wake up tomorrow and do it again, I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. I could feel very differently in 20 years, say. But right now, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you can spend your time doing what you want to do, that's successful. Hopefully it gets easier for musicians. It's not right now. But there's some good legislation in the works to get songwriters, creators paid more. That's important. You should support that. The streaming services, the mega corporations that make millions of dollars off of our collective efforts should be paying us more.
Yeah.
So that we can do what we do, because we have to eat, we have to pay our rent.
We need health insurance. That's not easy. When you're freelance.
We don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, let's not go there.
I would add
Health
that
insurance. Go.
music should definitely be more than it's good that there's people out there for whom music is not just the after work thing, like you work 2 jobs and then you get to work on your fun little music project. Like that's not how I think anyone wants the world to be. If you consume music, if you make it, it's just not the way.
Yeah, we should be able to do what we do.
Yeah.
And not worry about starving.
Yeah. We're getting sick. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, did we cover it? For
yeah,
you,
you
George?
guys covered.
All right,
it.
cool.
That's great.
All right, cool. Thank you guys. This
Yeah,
is fun.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Deep. Getting deep.
That was fun.